Let's start with chanting Om followed by the invocation shlokas. ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. Hello everyone, good evening. As we are studying Kathopanishad, please one of you unmute yourself and let us chant the invocation shloka that was given by Adi Shankaracharya ji for this Upanishad. Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vaivasvataya
Vaivasvataya
Mrutyave
Mrityave
Brahma Vidyacharyaya
Brahma Vidyacharyaya
Nachiketase
Nachaketase
Cha.
Cha Nachaketase Cha.
So our salutations to the Bhagwan Vaivasvata. Vaivasvata is none other than Lord Yama, who is Mrityu also, and he is Brahma Vidyacharya. He is the Brahma Vidyacharya. It is not one Brahma Vidyacharya, but there are two Brahma Vidyacharyas, the other one being Nachiketa. Why is Nachiketa? Nachiketa is still a student, but at the end of this Upanishad, he also becomes Brahma Vidyacharya. So that is why we are going to both of them. So that way we are in sync with their thought process. Now, in Prathama Adhyaya Dvitiya Vaili, what are we studying is that the concept of Shreyas and Preyas. So Shreyas and Preyas, we all experience, or we all come across the fork on the road at every decision making, whether we do Shreyas based decision or Preyas based decision. Preyas, as we mentioned earlier multiple times, is none other than the easy path, and Shreyas is not the tough path but right path. Now, the ones who are wise people, who has a long vision, who understands the overall view of this world, as in how Bhagwan has the view of this world, like with the similar understanding that if this entire world belongs to Bhagwan, entire Srishti belongs to Bhagwan, what belongs to me? Nothing. So that means if everything belongs to Bhagwan, then whatever decision this body means this Karya Karana Sanghata, that is what we call, which means BMI equipment, which means Stula, Sukshma, Karna Sharira. It is, even this equipment also belongs to God. So this equipment has nothing else to do but perform God's will. With that, those Dhira Purushas, Purusha again doesn't mean like Purusha alone, okay? Those Dhira Mahatmas, they always take Shreyas based action. Okay, so they take the Shreyas path and they do the right thing. But on the other hand, Mandaha means who cannot have this long distant vision, like the complete vision, who are only looking about their yoga and kshema. Yoga, kshema, their welfare and their security. What they are doing, they are choosing prayers. Now, the reality is in this world, 99.99999% people are in this second category, including me. So, why we do that is because one who is enveloped with the likes, okay, with my likes, because I have particular liking, and I have these senses, and each of these senses are particular liking. So as a result, I am running behind what my sense pleasures are, and at that time, I'm unable to make the right choice. So, and the cause for the Shreyas and prayers, whether I choose Shreya Marga or Preya Marga, is based upon whether I have proper knowledge or not. If I have a proper knowledge, right thinking, etc., then I would do the right thing. So, this is why the Shreyas and prayers are also called as Vidya and Avidya, where Shreya Marga is Vidya and Preya Marga is Avidya. Now, in the last session, what we have seen was the fifth mantra of this Vali, where it said, Avidyayam antare vartamanaha swayam dhira pandita manyamanaha tandramyamana pariyanti mudha andhenaiva niyamana yadhantaha. Now, because we are in majority, the one who are in prayers, we all have some level of expertise in our own respective fields. For some, it is politics, for some, it is finances, for some, it is health, etc. And what we do, we keep on saying that I know what is right. I am an expert in this. So that means I am Pandita. Pandita means I'm expert, right? I'm an expert in this. Who called me Pandita? Did someone said that I'm Pandita? No, no, no. I myself am calling. I am Pandira. I am Pandita, and I know everything. With that way, what I am doing is that there are some foolish people who follow me, and because I am a bigger fool, but fortunately or unfortunately, I am able to convince some other people to follow me, and then I am trying to take them somewhere. Okay, this is andhenaiva niyamanaha yadhantaha. So it's like one blind person is following other blind person. So here, what it is talking is, this mantra is talking is our life, especially in terms of secular meaning our day-to-day Vyavaharika Prapancha, we are all running behind something or other that is keeping us within this world. Okay. So there's a story, there's an example around it. Okay. Think about, in India, in the olden days, how would they extract oil, especially from this till, etc. Till is mustard seeds. They would put all mustard seeds in a box or in a tank, and there will be a big anchor in the center, and a maybe a 20 feet rope is there from that, and at the end of 20 feet rope is a bullock, okay, a bull is tied. Now that bull, they start beating that bull, so it start walking. So now when the bull is walking, it is circling around that anchor point, and as it is circling around that anchor point, that there is a pressure is put on that till that those mustard seeds. So those mustard seeds get crushed as with the movement of the bull with the lever, and oil comes. Now, if you count the steps that the bull has taken throughout the day, right? It is walking non-stop from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Maybe it had got like, a lunch break for a half an hour and maybe some couple of other breaks. Not because people were kind enough to give it a break. Rather, the guy who is actually running this bull to work, he himself gets tired. Okay? So when that person gets tired and he waits, the bull also gets rest. So now when you look at the number of steps this bull has taken on the day, like if on average, if I go for a walking, I'd walk about 6,000 steps an hour. So bull also about 6,000 steps, let us say. And if it is working for 10 hours, it is 60,000 steps. And 6,000 steps gives me at least 2.5 miles. So now it is 10 hours, it is 25 miles. So if bull has walked 25, like 60,000 steps, and it walked 25 miles, it should have been like in the next town or two towns away. However, it is right at the same place. Okay? Despite walking all day long, it did not move an inch from where its starting point since that morning. This is what we all are going through, like that bull, with life after life after life after life. Why? We are goaded by our vasanas. Our vasanas make us do such certain things. So vasana is making us perform some karma, and that karma in turn is making us creating some vasanas again, which in turn is doing this. So when it is going on like that, right? So basically, there is no spiritual progress whatsoever. Now, when we are walking in this path, right, this is nothing but like just like bull, we are circling round and round in this samsara. Okay. So the output of the bull walking around round and round is some oil is being generated, okay, from that mustard seeds. In our case, some vasanas are getting exhausted, new vasanas are being born, and that cycle is continuing. So, what is the problem with that? That is explained in the next mantra. The mantra number 6. Let us look at the sixth mantra. I'll break down the mantra. Na samparayah pratibhati balam pramadyantam. This is pramada antam. That is pramadyantam. Vitta mohena mudham. Ayam lokaha. Okay, lokaha becomes loko with the sandhi. Nasti, meaning na asti. Paraha iti mani punaha punarvashamapadyate. That has got punaha vasham apadyate me. This is the breakdown of the mantra. So let us chant the mantra. Na samparayah pratibhati balam
न साम्पराय प्रतिभाति बालम
pramadyantam vittamohena mudham.
प्रमाद्यन्तं वित्तमोहेन मूढ़म
Ayam loko nasti para iti mani.
Ayam loko nasti par iti mani.
Punah punarvashamapadyate me.
Punah punarvasa mapadyate me.
Thank you. So na is not. Okay. So samparaya, this is a interesting word. Samparaya means the one that the road or the path that takes us to a higher loka, okay, higher world. Okay. So that that samparaya pratibhati balam. So that means pratibhati means appears. Okay. Balam means for children. So children here means ignorant people. Why? So that means that this path to higher lokas doesn't appear for children like people, meaning people with lesser maturity, because of pramadyantam. So pramadi, uh, pramada means typically we say accident. Pramadam means it could be danger. Okay. So why does accident? Okay, we'll come to that. Okay. With the mohena, means because of the delusion for wealth, moodham, in like some ayam lokaha. So this world, meaning people in this world, in this case, are deluded with the delusion for wealth. What do they think? Mani means they think that nasti, there is nothing like paraha, means paraloka. There's no such thing as other paraloka. And in that way, again and again, punaha, vasham. Okay, vasham means they get into my sway. Okay, may means my sway, apadyate, comes into my sway again and again. What does it mean is simple translation, right? For those immature minds, they think that there is no other world, like atheists, etc. And they think this is it. Everything is here, right here. So then they are unable to see the path for higher world. So they come into my control again and again, says Mrityu Devata. Yama means what? We keep dying and again, because that is what we are getting we are going into the control of. Yama means what? We are dying again and again. Why? Because we are thinking that there's nothing other than this. Okay, this money is it, this house is it, this family is it. Okay? Like that, when we have that kind of a thought, we uh, we continue to live in this world and there is no progress. That is a simplified meaning of this entire mantra. So what Shankaracharya ji says about this is Ata eva mudhatvat na samparaya pratibhati. That mudhatvat, because of the mudhata means delusion, okay, this samparaya, the spiritual path, cannot be seen by those people. Samparayata iti samparayaha. Okay, that means that the thing that you can reach after death is called as samparaya, means paralokaha. That means the other world. Here, paraloka means, see, even narakaloka is also paraloka. Okay, and Swargaloka is paraloka. If you look at para as other loka, but on the other hand, para means higher. If you look at paral meaning, then that paraloka prapti is not available for average person. Tat prapti prayojana sadhana vishesha shastriya samparayaha. So the path to attain that world is not possible for common people. Why? Sacha balam avivekinam pratina pratibhati na prakashate nopatishthite etat. Because it this path is not going to appear, or it is not going to present itself to that bala. Here bala means child. Now child doesn't mean that they're talking low about children. If you think about who is the student here, Nachketa. Nachketa is how many years old he is? Single digits age, 9-year-old or something, right? So here is a great Vairagi. So how can you say Bala? Then for Balas, meaning that means that only for children who died, for those people there is no Loka. No, 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 not like that. Children here implies childlike maturity, meaning immature people. Why is this? Is pramadyantam pramadam kurvantam putra pashvadi prayojaneshva saktamanasam tadha vittamohena vitta nimittena vivekena mudham tamasachannam. So here the word pramada has come. So pramada, as I said before, usually in our languages it is danger is one meaning, accident is another meaning. Okay. Now, what exactly is the meaning of pramadam? Prama means measure. Okay, we talked about it before, but I'm not sure whether I spoke about it in this session, like in Kathopanishad class or some other class. Prama means measure. So that's why pramana. Okay. So what is the pramana for that? What is the pramana for this? Meaning what is authority for that? What is authority for this? Is pramana. Okay. So here, but when that when that measurement has been taken incorrectly, meaning when you measure something incorrectly, then that becomes pramada. Why are you measuring something incorrectly? Because of tamas. Tamas means sattva is clarity of thought. Tamas is opposite of sattva. That means no clarity in thought. So you are driving on the road, not someone else is driving on the road, and a car is coming in an opposite direction, and this person want to take left turn. And if he takes correct measure, as in like correct estimate, that car is going to cross this place in 5 seconds, and I need 7 seconds to actually cross. So I should wait until that car passes away for next 5 seconds. And once that car passes away, I make a left turn. That is the right decision. But the car is coming at a speed and it is coming at 5 seconds. But somehow I thought that it is going to take 10 seconds to come, and in the meantime I can go. Or I thought that the car is coming at 5 seconds, but I can move within 2 seconds. Okay? Either of those are incorrect. Based on that incorrect information, if I try to turn left on that road, the other car will come and hit me. And in that case, what happens? That is called as pramada. Why did pramada happen? Because of tamas. Okay, so this is pramada. Now, this is a simple example of pramada. Now, because of this pramada, what happened? There is a danger to life, there is a danger to something, etc. All of that. Okay. Now, these are simple pramadas. Now, what is the greatest pramada? The greatest pramada is when I think, because in pramada, there are two parts. There's a tamas, meaning lack of clarity of knowledge, because of which I'm making a misunderstanding. Okay. My greatest pramada is I am this jiva, and because I am jiva, I should try to make this stula sukshma karna shariras happy. That is the greatest pramada. Why? That keeps me in samsara forever. It is It is keeping me in the samsara from the time immemorial. Because from the beginning of this kalpa, from the beginning of this yuga, from the beginning of the Brahmaji's lifetime, okay, so we say that Brahmaji's age today is about, current Brahmaji's time is about 2.5 trillion years or something like that, or 200 trillion years. From that time onwards, I am being born again and again. Okay. So, because I am being born again and again, what is happening? And what is the reason for me being born? Because of this pramada. This is the worst pramada. And Ananda Maharaj Ji, he tells an interesting story. What he says is that imagine a huge compound, okay, a circular compound, which is about 5 miles, okay, 5 miles circumference, 5 miles. Now, a blind person is there. And that blind person is told, there is a door. Samparaya. Okay? There is a door. There's only one door in this entire 5 mile circumference. And that door will let you out. Okay? Now you find the door and you get out. Now, blind person, how does he walk? He's walking with one stick. I mean, like he needs a stick to walk. And then now he needs to feel the wall to find the door. And he's walking, trying to find the door. Like this, like this, like this. Now, it so happened that right when he came to the door, he's about to feel the door. At that time, his body was itching. So he momentarily took the hand away from the wall and he scratched while walking. And then as soon as his itch is reduced, he continued walking and then again he put his hand on this. So now what happened? He missed the door. Now, when is the next chance that he is going to get to the door? Is walk another 5 miles. What is that example got to do with us? So Maharaji says, you fool, do you know how many yonis are there in this world according to Vedanta? How many yonis means how many life forms that are possible in this world is 84 lakhs. 84 lakhs types of beings, species are there on this planet according to Vedanta. Now, I can be born in any of those 84 lakh species. Manushya Janma is only one of those 84 lakhs. 84 lakhs is 8.4 million. Now, Manushya Janma or this human birth is the only birth in which you can attain liberation. All other Janmas are meant for getting rid of karma phala. How long is each Janma is? No. If I'm an insect, maybe few hours or days. But if I'm a tree, like a tree in redwood forest, where each tree is 3,500 to 5,000 years old. Just like that, in that tree alone, in that life form alone. Imagine how much. So those trees that are in the redwood forest, California, think about this way. They are before Jesus Christ. They are before Shankaracharya ji. They are before Gautama Buddha. Okay. And they're still exhausting their karma phala in that single life form alone. And if I happen to be born in that, if I miss this door now, if I miss my opportunity to get liberated in this lifetime, and if I'm born like that, 5,000 years go by just in exhaustion of karma phala in one life form. Okay? And I don't know where Ishvara is going to put me, in which life forms is going to put me, and when again I get a chance to be born as human being. So that is the greatest pramada. What? Being born as a human being, me not trying to find liberation right in this very lifetime is the greatest pramada. And why am I stuck in this kind of pramada? Why am saddled with this pramada? Putra, Pashu, the Prayojana Eshwa Swattam Anasam. Why? Because the mind is on the worldly things like Putra, Pashu, Adi. Okay. I want like more kids, I want more money, and all of that. Okay. So अयमेव लोकोऽयं यदुष्यमानस्य स्त्रियन्नपानादि विशिष्टस्नास्ति पर अदृष्टलोक इत्येवं मननशीलः मानी पुनः पुनः जनित्वा वशमाधीनतम् अपद्यते मे मृत्योर्मम. That's what he says. Yeah. So what happens is, in this lifetime, when I keep thinking that, this is it, this is my world. Okay? In this world, what else do I need? I need food, varieties of food, especially in US. I get to eat North Indian food, South Indian food, East Indian food, West Indian food, Chinese food, Thai, Cambodian, okay, and African varieties such as Ethiopian, etc. European varieties like Italian, US, North American, such as Mexican food. All of these options are there just for food alone. Like that, how many options do I have to entertain myself in water? Like sports, how many sports? Football season is over. Basketball season comes. Basketball season is over. Baseball season comes. Baseball season is over. Some other season comes. In between, uh, soccer, the World Cups come. In between, Olympics come. So mind can be kept busy with so many worldly enjoyments. And like that, if my mind is running around all of this, before I know, this body is going to fall. And when that body falls, whose control I'm going to go into? I'm going to go into the control of Mrityu. Janana Maranadi Laksha na Dukkha Prabandhana Rudha Eva Bhavati iti Arthaha. So, in this way, we get stuck in the cycle of life and death. This is what uh, um, Shankaracharya ji says. So, so now a little bit more deeper into this one, right? Samparaya. Okay. And because we said that Samparaya, what is Samparaya? Samparaya is the knowledge that gives, the knowledge that helps you to understand the Parabrahma. Okay. Now, when we talk about Parabrahma, many a times, what happens for people outside Vedanta, when you say Brahma, the first thing that they think about is Chaturmukha Brahma. Chaturmukha Brahma is the Brahmaji with 4 heads. And then they'll start thinking, Brahmaji is not all powerful. Vishnu is all powerful. No, not Vishnu. Shiva is more powerful. Like that, our mind gets stuck in this way. So this, here, what happens? Then the question comes, did Brahmaji create? No, Brahmaji is created by Vishnu. Who created Vishnu? Did Shiva create Vishnu or Vishnu create Shiva? Who is older? Then we keep on telling the stories. How Vishnu and Brahmaji, they both went on two different directions to find the beginning and the end of Shiva. All of those kind of things come. So in all of this, what happens is that all of this is at the level of a secondary level called as Karya Karanatmaka Brahma. Not Parabrahma, but Karya Karanatmaka Brahma. Karya means effect, Karana means cause. The cause and effect Brahma. Cause and effect Brahma means what? That means who came first, who did what, all of that. Okay. So this is where our majority of our spiritual seekers, etc., that is where their uh, jignasa, meaning curiosity, everything ends. Okay? My favorite god is Lord Vishnu. My favorite god is Lord Shiva. So as if there are multiple gods and you are picking and choosing one over other. So this is what we call as Apara Brahma. Now, for a more sincere seeker, you can say, how can there be multiple gods? You cannot have multiple gods. You cannot have multiple creators. The creator is a creator. There should be only one creator. Okay? So if so many people are there, okay, who is their leader? I want to talk to the leader. Oh, Brahmaji goes and prays to Vishnu, and Vishnu comes as Dashavatara. Oh, hence Vishnu is the leader. So Vishnu is the ultimate god. Well, there are instances where Vishnu went and seeked Lord Shiva's help, and Lord Shiva helped. Oh, when did that happen? Oh, remember, like in Samudra Manthana, when the churning of the ocean was happening, all the good things who got, Bhagavan Vishnu got. Lakshmi Devi came, Bhagavan Vishnu took her. Okay, the all of the nice things Bhagavan Vishnu took. Hala Hala came. Hala Hala means the poison, the most difficult poison. What did Vishnu do? Did he drink that? No, no, no. He went and asked Lord Shiva, can you please drink it? Oh, so Lord Shiva is supreme because he took the poison, whereas Lord Vishnu just enjoyed. Wait a minute, wait a minute. That alone is not necessary. There's other side of it. What? When Shivji gave a boon to one avatar, I mean, like one Rakshasa, what is Bhasmasura, who saved him? Oh, Lord Vishnu saved him. So now I am not confused whether Vishnu is great or Shiva is great. Who is the man? Okay. So this way, the confusion happens in this Apara Brahma level. But the one who is more mature, okay, so then that Samparaya opens up more thoroughly. What is it? Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv, Maheshwara, all of them are just a visualization. The Parabrahma Swarupa is beyond this. Oh, is it with form or without form? Meaning is it Sakara or Nirakara? It is with guna or without guna? Meaning Saguna or Nirguna? It can be Nirguna Nirakara, Saguna Sakara, and neither or both. How? That is where the mind stops working, and that is where the reality or the supreme reality or the Parabrahma Tattva is going to be revealed. So, whereas our mind is what is happening, typical our mind is going out on prapancha. Prapancha means pancha, pancha, pancha. Pancha means five. What are the five things that talk about? Five karmendriyas through which all our actions are done. Five jnanendriyas through which all our sensory inputs are taken. Five pranas because of which we are living. This whole body is made up of pancha mahabhutas, five mahabhutas, which themselves came from pancha tanmatras. Okay? And all the indriya vishas, meaning they're all again five. So in this way, this entire my world is going, my vision is going outside, and whereas when I have this kind of a vision of going outside, I cannot experience the vision that is inside. So in that case, the Samparaya path is not going to be seen. For me to see the path of Samparaya, I must drop off all of these and focus inwardly. Okay? So otherwise what happens? Pramada will happen and death will come. Now, what is the nature of this death? When the nature of death, it is not like nobody has seen a death. Okay, if you look at Mrityu, did anyone see Mrityu? No. Does it come in a particular form to eat you? Because we say Mrityu will eat everybody. So did anyone see Mrityu eating someone? I mean, except in rare cases where a tiger might have attacked a human and killed and ate them. But otherwise, we don't see Mrityu coming and devouring us. Yeah. So what is this Mrityu? So in there is in Mahabharata, Udyoga Parvam, there's a dialogue between Sanat Kumara and Dhritarashtra. It covers about 5 chapters, and this subject is called as Sanat Sujata Samhita. So here, in this one, Mrityu is equated with Pramada. Pramadadvai asura parabhava pramadadva mahabhuta bhavanti navai mrityu vyaghra ivanti jantun hyasya rupa upalabhyateha. That means when pramada comes, again, what is the pramada here? Pramada doesn't mean the physical accident, but the spiritual forgetfulness of my true nature. Because of that, what happened? Pramadat vai asuraha parabhavan. Okay? So the asuras, meaning all the rakshasas, were defeated because of pramada. And apramadat, because of that, devas attained Brahma Bhuta. Okay, so they attained Parabrahma. Okay, so Mrityu, what happens is the Navai Mrityu Vyaghra Ivati Jantun. He asya rupam alabhyateha. So that means Mrityu doesn't uh, appear like a tiger or some form because there is no physical form for Mrityu. So in this case, actually, regarding this Mrityu, there's a beautiful story in Puranas. Apparently, Brahmaji created Mrityu as a Kanya. Kanya means a young girl. Now, she's growing Now, when she's growing, it is time to get her married. Now, Brahmaji is her Mrityu's dad. So he told, hey Mrityu, dear daughter, go to the world and pick your husband. Now, this Mrityu came and she was looking around and she saw Naraji. Naraji was young, handsome, and of course unmarried. So she was so impressed with Naraji and said, hey Naraji, I want to marry you. And Naraji got so scared and he said, I'm with you. I have taken the vow of brahmacharya. And I don't have home, I don't have wealth. And to get married, I need home, I need wealth. So go search for somebody else in this, in this Tribhuna and find somebody else. Now, so to travel everywhere, but nobody wants to marry her. So she came back to Brahmaji and crying that, Father, nobody wants to marry me. Then father said, okay, if nobody wants to marry you, what can I do? Then she sat in a corner and she started crying very badly. Brahmaji felt very sad, went to his daughter, wiped the tears, said, don't cry, my dear. Here is the thing. Whether you choose, okay, whether somebody chooses you or not, nobody will see you coming. You will remain formless, meaning nirakara. The tears that you are coming, are coming that through your eyes, they will become deadly diseases in this world. Whatever, right? I mean, deadly diseases like cancer, it could be COVID, it could be whatever disease. And your tears alone will do more than enough damage for the lives of human beings. So, I mean, the saying, right, that women's tears are enough to kill somebody. Okay, you don't need any more weapons than women's tears to kill someone. So then, so thus what happened is that Mrityu Devata's tears are enough to finish off someone's life in this world. We cannot really see death or disease coming. If we want to understand what death truly is, we need to look for pramada. The exact moment when we turned away from our ultimate duty, which is trying to find liberation, when we turn away from God and when we forget the path of walking on this path of spirituality, when we forget our satsanga, understand that Mrityu is dancing on our head. This is what Sanat Sujatiyam says. So whoever is negligent towards our true spiritual purpose, we will be finally trapped in Mrityu Devata's hands. Why are we falling in the Mrityu Devata's hands? Because of Vitta Moha. Okay? That's it. Vitta Mohena Mudham. Now, why the basic starting point problem is we don't have proper discrimination. Discrimination is Viveka. Lack of discrimination is Aviveka. Then because, see, Viveka when we have, simple, right? This is a temporary job, this is a permanent job. Which one do you want? You pick permanent job. This is $1, this is $1,000. Which one you want? You pick $1,000. This is Viveka. So This is a samsara where you suffer and occasionally you get some happiness, but you suffer most of the time. And here is eternal bliss. Which one you want? Moksha. This is viveka. No, no, no. I want to live in this world. That is aviveka. So the, the fact that we love the world, that means that we are avivekis. And with the aviveka, what is happening? We are creating asakti. Asakti means attachment. When we have this asakti, what is it happening? It is creating, we are walking on the pravritti marga. Pravritti marga means instead of nivritti marga, which is going inward, we are going outward into the world. When we are doing that, what is happening? We are forgetting about our supreme nature, Parama Paramatma. We are forgetting. And then what is breeding? The negligence is breeding. What is that? Pramada. Okay. So, and when we go out, so this vitta moha, right? Vitta moha, vitta means what? Vitta means usually we understand it as money. Okay. But vittam is it etymologically it means it is something that is to be acquired. So, the moment you say something that is subject to be acquisition, that means it doesn't belong to me now and I want to attain. So that means whatever I can attain can be lost. But I am somehow thinking that once I attain that, I'm going to be happy with it forever. The problem with that is something like this. Whatever I want to attain, did I attain? No. Whatever I want to attain, will I attain? Not necessarily. Now, when I did not attain what I wanted to, what is my mindset? I feel sad. About what? Something that did not happen in the past. That means what? My mind goes into past and laments about the past. So that is what is shoka. So what is causing shoka? Vitta moha is causing shoka. Now, in the past, I want to attain something and sometimes I did, sometimes I did not. In the future, I want to attain something. Am I going to attain or not attain? I don't know. So that means what? I have anxiety. That anxiety, that fear is bhaya. So shoka of the past and bhaya of the future. And then in the current, so that is it. So we have past, present, and future. From a past, because I did not attain certain things that I wanted to, there's a shoka about it. In the future, I want to attain something I may or may not attain, so there's a bhaya about it, which is fear. And then in the current situations, I like certain things and I don't know if I can keep it with me or not. I may lose it. Okay. I want things to be just like this. And things are never going to be just like this. My child or my grandchild, who is 3 year old today, will not remain 3 year old. Today, at 3 or 2 or 2 months or 3 months, what happens? Looks very beautiful, looks very helpless, totally dependent on me. I need to take care of this baby. Otherwise, the baby cannot survive. These kind of thoughts are there. And this is what is pushing me to hold on to this baby. And before I know it, this baby turns into 4 and 5 year old and then goes to school. Once the baby goes to school, baby doesn't need a parent or grandparent. Now baby talks about friends, teacher, and that is the world for them. So what happens? This situation I want to keep. I'm unable to keep. I'm unable to hold on to. That is moha. So with respect to past, it is shoka. With respect to future, it is bhaya. With respect to present, it is moha. So all these three are based on what? I want to acquire something. I want to acquire something. So acquisition, again, please don't think it is money only. No, it is, I want to acquire some love of somebody. I want to acquire some friendship from someone. I want to acquire some wealth. I want to acquire some power. So this acquisition, I want to acquire some experiences. So all this acquisition could be anything. So as long as it is something outside that I want to get, that is acquisition. And that is happening. Now, unfortunately, what happens is that what I get is based on what is in my prarabdha. Whether I try for it or not, if it is in my prarabdha, I will get it. If it is not there, I won't get it. If I have that understanding, there is no need for me to run for this kind of a thing. Okay. This, now, if I surrender to God, then there's no problem. But ayam loko nasti parayati mani. Okay, so that's the third line, right? Ayam loko nasti parayati mani. What does it mean? They believe that this alone is everything. There is nothing other than this. Okay? So because of that, when they start thinking that they know everything and there's no Paramatma, etc., that is they're going to slip again and again in front of, uh, like in the hands of Mrityu Devata, right? So it says, na samparaya pratibhati balam pramadyantam vittamohena modham ayam loko nasti para iti mani punah punarvashamapadyate. So this spiritual path, for it to reveal itself to me, what should I do? I should not be of bala mentality. Meaning, I should be mature enough. Mature enough is get viveka. Because aviveka will lead to asakti, asakti will lead to vittamoha. Right? Instead, I should have and pramada and all of those, right? So avoid the pramada and have the viveka. When I have viveka, with viveka, I choose Shreyas. With Shreyas, what is happening is that the samparaya opens for me. And then the biggest benefit is that I won't. Am I going to die? Of course, yes, I'm going to die. Okay. Just because this path is opening up me a higher, like this path is giving me samparaya. What happens is that if my entire thing is not complete, as in my entire spiritual evolution is not complete, Bhagwan will ensure that I am born again as a human being in a much better family in the sense where I don't have to worry about my day-to-day living and focus on my spirituality and attain moksha. And in case if I attain that realization in this lifetime alone, we say bye-bye to Lord Yama and become one with and realize our oneness with the universe. That is Jivan Mukti followed by Videha Mukti. So all of this is starting from where? From walking the Shreyo Marga. Okay, the path of Shreyas and dropping of prayers. So I'll pause here and see if you have any questions or comments. If there are no questions, shall we conclude? पूर्णमतः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।
థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి.
Thank you so much.